Hi everyone, Complex back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about Star Wars The Old Republic. SWTOR has been my guilty pleasure recently. I have pretty much been no-lifing it off stream. I don't know, it's been a blast. I've loved the RPG elements to it. I have loved just having like companions again. And as far as it being an MMO, it feels the least MMO-y out of all the MMOs I've played. I've tried like ESO, stuff like that, so I am having a blast. But I wanted today to talk to you about 5 things I wish I knew as a free-to-play player, because SWTOR does have a few different monetization models. You can do free-to-play, there is subscriber, and then there's preferred, and preferred is what happens if you lose your subscription. You don't go back to free-to-play, you go to a preferred level player. Right now, I am still currently a free-to-play player, and I just want to talk about 5 things I wish I knew before getting pretty deep into my first character. Now, the first thing I want to mention is that when you get your starship, you have storage on there. The only thing is, as a free-to-play player, I don't have access to it unless I spend Cartel Coin, which is totally fine. It's a subscriber perk, and I get that, but I wish I had known that ahead of time, only because I had redeemed a few codes that are available for some free stuff, and I had no place to put it, so it's literally been sitting in my inventory for the longest time. And I thought I could drop it off at my starship, and I couldn't, so it was a little difficult to play the first few levels. But I did learn that once you get your Stronghold, which is like the in-game apartments, you can get your first Stronghold at level 15, and you also just need to have access to whatever fleet, whatever side you're on, and then you can start the quest that way, and you can have access to 1 full bay of storage for your Stronghold, which is fine. So I was able to drop all that stuff off, but I also wish I knew that I could get an apartment at level 15, because I don't think I got mine to level 20 on my first character, which made it a little rough, like I said, because I had a very, very full inventory and I wanted to get rid of some of the stuff ahead of time. The second thing that I wish I knew is that you shouldn't use your XP boosts until level 20. Now, as a free-to-play player, we get kind of like a normal XP grind up to level 20, and then it says that they're slowing down the XP from there, or if you like read subscriber perks, it just says that you gain XP faster, so it's however you want to look at it, works out the same. We get XP at a slower rate. But throughout the game, especially the main story for your class, you're given a lot of XP boosts that are consumables. So I wish I had known to hold on to that, because now my Sith Inquisitor is after level 20 and I don't have that many left, but if I had waited, I'd have a decent stack so I could keep getting XP at a reasonable rate. So that's just something to bear in mind as you're getting them. Hold on to them, don't spend them right away, just let them stack up, and then when you hit level 20 you'll like be leveling up nice and fast. Isn't that awesome? Yes, I know. Anyways, let's talk about number 3, which is talking to companions. Now, one of the main reasons, probably the biggest reason I started playing SWTOR, was because it has companions that you can not only talk to, but each class has a romance, and you know me, I am a sucker for a good RPG with a romance, and I wanted to experience them all, so SWTOR just seemed like a natural progression for me. But when I first started playing, one of my first companions was like, I want to talk to you, and I didn't have my starship yet, so I didn't know how to talk to them because they wouldn't talk to me out in the world, and I was like, why aren't you said you want to talk to me? Can we talk? Apparently you need to talk to them in what is considered a like a safe area kind of thing, like a safe/private area. Now, normally it's your starship, but if it's early on and you don't have your starship yet, or you just haven't talked to them yet in your starship and you want to talk to them wherever you are, you need to find a cantina. So it's either your ship or a cantina, and you can talk to them. So if you're still pretty early on in the game and you're super confused on that, go to a cantina and they will definitely talk to you there, which made my life easier once I figured that out. So there is that. Now for number 4, I don't know why this one took me so long to figure out, but it would have made my life so much easier in the beginning. I'm kind of used to like DAO, where to target an NPC baddie, you have to like click on them, if that makes sense. But in DA2, there was an auto target, like the next closest enemy to you. And I was like, oh, does SWTOR not have that? Is it more DAO? So I kind of went off of the assumption it was more DAO based in that regard, but it's not. There is actually an auto lock on target button on your keyboard. It is default keybinded to tab. I'm not sure if you can rebind it. I'm sure you can. There's like a ton of different keybinds in this game, which is incredible. I love when I can like rebind everything to make it make sense. But it is tab. So if you're out and you're fighting and you just don't know, like you don't want to like spend time clicking on each person that you are attacking, just hit the tab key and it'll target the closest to you. And then also if you keep hitting tab, it will cycle through all the bad dudes in an area. So like if you're wanting to chuck a grenade or something like that, you can use tab to kind of scroll through a cluster of enemies, and then that way you can throw your grenade wherever you want or at whoever you want for maximum damage. So there is that. Hopefully that helps if you didn't know that tip yet. And then last but not least is combat proficiencies. It's something that you can access at any point, but you don't get the first point into it until level 10. And my poor Sith Inquisitor, I didn't know about it until level 20 at least. So I was a little behind in that, but if you've been playing SWTOR, you know that to level up, you do that with a trainer and you get new passives and new abilities and so on and so forth. But then there's also something called combat proficiencies. It's kind of similar to in DAO or DA2 or even DAI, where you had the extra skill trees that you could pick in addition to whatever you already have for your class. Now you have access to 3, and then you have to commit to 1 of them, and through that you'll get new abilities, you'll get new passives, you can upgrade some other pre-existing abilities. And for one, I have found that since I have been using the combat proficiencies, I'm doing a little bit better. My Sith Inquisitor's Lacer right now is actually doing damage. Now, if you don't know how to access this, if you hover over the little person icon in the top bar, you will see that you have combat proficiencies as an option. And from there, you'll see that you do have the 3 skill trees. You can read about it. You can preview the abilities that you'll get. And then you can commit to 1 of them. And then once you hit level 10, you'll get points for a few different things. And you'll kind of see this almost like 2 different skill trees. There's the skill tree just for leveling up. And then there's the one for the passives that you can pick. You'll get points at incremental stages to put into the additional passives. So I really wish I had known about that, because she felt a little weak sauce for a bit, and then all of a sudden I discovered the combat proficiencies and I was like, oh, this is awesome. We're not weak sauce anymore. So there's that. Hopefully this helps if you didn't know about it. And hopefully just these top 5 things I wish I knew before I started playing SWTOR helps if you are new and having any trouble, or if you are just getting started and just wanted to get a leg up with some tips and tricks. But y'all, thank you so much for joining me. If you guys are playing SWTOR, I hope you're having a blast. Like I said, I can't stop playing. Whatever little free time I have has pretty much been dedicated to SWTOR, because it's just an addictive game. And I will be doing more SWTOR videos down the road. I've got one. We'll be talking about Stronghold soon and how to get one and how to decorate. We'll also talk about the RPG elements and being a solo player and all this other good stuff. So if you have anything you want to see in a future video, please feel free to leave it in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys. And other than that, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your night and or day, depending on where you are in the world. And I will catch you next time. Bye, guys.